If you're going to do the Great Wall of China again, I'll do it. Yeah, I promise. I promise. Now, we're going to be meeting your husband after the break.
Yes.
And he's a rainforest expert.
He is. He's been going to the Amazon for 30 years, and he has a company called Amazon Herb, and they bring herbs back from the Amazon rainforest, and he's extremely knowledgeable and incredible human being.
And you're both very passionate about the rainforest, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Why is that? What is it about the rainforest?
Well, I was lucky enough to go there. I mean, I've known John for 17 years, and we just fell in love a couple of years ago, got married, but I've known him for a long time. But I'd been to the Amazon just before that, and there's such a life force. You told me that you've been. The life force in there is so incredible. The animals, the air, the trees, it's just... It's an emotional experience that you take away with you. And I actually wrote an album called Gaia because I was so inspired by it and felt the spirit of the rainforest.
It's got a mystical place, isn't it?
It's really magical. And it affects your life after that. Once you've been, you're totally... I think if everyone had that experience, we'd all save the rainforest because once it touches you, you want to be a part of that.
And the fireflies of an evening. Forget Walt Disney.
Oh.
You know, when you're walking through the rainforest, all these like...
And the butterflies, the big blue butterflies, and the pink dolphins, and the monkeys and the birds, the wildlife, the macaws and the parrots and everything. I mean, it's
and the noise.
For an animal lover, the noise, the noise. It's the life, isn't it?
It really is. You sat on deck on the boat and you thought, I can't believe this. It's like somewhere I've never been before, you know, a totally different life experience.
Did you sleep in the forest? Because before I met John, I actually slept one night in the forest.
No.
And that was an experience. There's so many noises that you're kind of like this. I was in a hammock. I think I was frozen because I didn't know what was out there, but it was incredible.
I was in the Daintree in Australia, and we were up there in Cairns, and we were in this hut in the rainforest. And I lay there, and I could hear this. I thought, what is this? And I looked down, and I got my torch, and I was looking down, and I looked down. There was a rat about that big eating a tube of Body Shop moisturiser.
Well, at least you knew it was an organic
Exactly. The rainforest came alive that night, to tell you. Olivia, it's really lovely to meet you, and thank you for coming on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please, the one and only, Miss Olivia Newton-John. Come on. And looking, may I say, fantastic. Absolutely fabulous. Up next, Olivia's husband, Amazon John, is going to be telling us all about the rainforest, and our wildlife expert, Nick Baker, is here with those amazing animals, so don't go anywhere. See you after the break. This island. Welcome back. Thank you. In a moment, our wildlife expert, Nick Baker, is going to introduce you to some of the rainforest's most amazing inhabitants. You can hear one of them squawking over there. No, it's not Bert. Not at all, no. But it's time now to meet a man who is dedicating his life to protecting the forest. Would you please welcome Olivia's husband, Amazon John. John, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to be with you. Good to be here, Paul.
John, when did you first visit the rainforest?
Paul, I went down first time in 1976.
Yeah.
And I went really looking for lost cities of gold and Inca treasure.
Yeah.
And essentially been a treasure hunter, my whole life.
Yeah. And listen to that over there. And it grabbed you there and then as soon as you went the rainforest.
Oh, yeah. It's a huge treasure house, and so I went through a series of pre-Columbian artifacts and gemstones, mineral specimens. And ultimately, you really end up on the real treasure, which are the thousands of species of botanicals.
Beautiful.
Growing there. Just a healing medicinal plant, the pharmacy of the world.
Yeah. And you're both involved in the Princess, what is the Princess Project, is it?
Yeah.
SOS.
Yeah. What's that? What is this?
Rainforest SOS. You know, he's really bringing some extraordinary attention to the fact that the rainforest is the world's largest climate stabilizer. You know, we all know about the climate change, and it's the Amazon rainforest which is stabilizing that climate. And that's so important to protect the rainforest for that reason.
Well, it's the lungs of the planet, isn't it, the rainforest?
There's several things. It's the lungs of the planet, produces 30% of the world's oxygen.
Yeah.
I mean, most people agree oxygen's a pretty good thing, no? And then you've got the living pharmacy of the world. And I believe in the Amazon rainforest, you've got things that can really reverse all the degenerative health challenges. That's my personal belief from 30 years working there. And, of course, stabilizing that climate. I mean, the world's health is dependent on a healthy Amazon. Yeah.
Well, what can we do? Look, tell them, what can we do to protect the rainforest? You know what?
Well, you've got to, really, I think it's about, in the old days it was about the idea of planting a tree and being a good citizen. Now, really, it's about the survival of our species.
Yeah.
Consciousness is up, information is up. We're recognizing, for the reasons I pointed out, that we've really got to stabilize that so we've got access to it. So it's a circle of healing.
Yeah.
As we experience the healing from the Amazon, you know, we have to respect that and put the healing back. Indigenous rights, empowering the indigenous communities with land rights and title.
Yeah.
You know, this is critical.
John's been helping the indigenous people get right and title to their land so they can make the right decisions for it.
But now, haven't you been experimenting with your experience in the rainforest with a special drink? What is this special drink? The
Yeah, we
elixir of
have.
youth?
In fact, yeah, this is my favorite guinea pigs right here.
Have you been tested on, Olivia?
Yeah, I'll tell
Drink
you
this.
what, one of the first, we were friends for 17 years, and a couple of years ago we reconnected, and obviously we're married now, but John took me on a date to discuss this trip we're going to go on to the Amazon, and he brought this drink with him. So I think it's a love potion as well.
Oh, really?
It's healthy and it makes you feel good. It's all organic. It's from the rainforest.
Yeah.
It's absolutely delicious, and it's called Zamu. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Give me, John. Give me.
We've been working with you know, a variety of botanicals with formulas for doctors and practitioners, and for 18 years. But recently, we want to make something for everyone.
Yeah.
And so there's a fruit down there that's camu camu. So we specialize in this drink, and it just clears your mind and brightens your day.
Oh, I'm up for that.
And,
Believe you. I'm going to have it intravenous by the vets. And rise in the morning like Lazarus. John, it's lovely to meet you. Thanks for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear for John. And for more information, you know what to do. You go to our website. Yeah. Right then. Time now for us to meet some of the animals you might find if you're ever lucky enough to visit the rainforest. And here to tell us all about them is our wildlife expert, Nick Baker. Nick! Nick, lovely to see you again.
Yeah.
Now, how many times have you visited the rainforest?
I've been, I think probably around 50 times.
It's an addictive place,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
Highly addictive.
And you can never see it all either.
No,
so
exactly.
you're forever seeing new things. If you go to the same reserve over and over again, it's always a totally different place. So,
these are cute little things.
Well,
aren't
there,
they?
yeah, don't put your fingers in. Well, actually, no, you can. You can, because they're...
What's happened? Oh, God, old joke.
They're not as bad as they look, though. This is the thing. They've got a really bad reputation. They you know, allegedly were able to strip a cow to the bone in a matter of minutes.
It's like bats, isn't it? You know, they have bad press as well.
Yeah. And they're so... They look ugly, and yes, sure, they've got a mean set of teeth in there. Now, this is the actual jawbone of this species. This is the red-bellied piranha. And you'll find them is a very common fish in many of the waterways. And that's the actual jawbone of that species. However, the slightly bigger one that I've swum with them all now, but these are the jawbones of one I actually ate when I was out there once.
They're full of bones, aren't they?
They're very bony, yeah. But look at those for teeth. Look at that. But most of them actually will feed on anything. They'll scavenge anything. They'll eat plant matter.
We've had fishing
eat
for
all
them.
sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tap the water and they come up
That's
and
it.
grab
You know,
it.
like, you got bored in the end. They were leaping in the boat.
Did yours make a noise?
No.
There, the big black one goes. It makes a very, very bizarre. It's like Buster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is a very, very strange sort of growling
But
noise.
there's so much noise on the Amazon, isn't there, from the rainforest that you get to... I mean, our guide was going, there's a monkey. Of course, I couldn't see, and I'm too polite, so I'm going, oh, it's lovely. Yes. And he was testing me in the end. Oh, look, there's this. Go, oh, yeah, it wasn't, of course, there was nothing there. What else have we got? Oh, look.
Yeah, well, this is kind of you. Now, this is an animal you can find in the rainforests. Let's have a go with one of them. You can find them in the rainforest. This is a raccoon. These are common raccoons, or northern raccoons.
Look at this. Come and see.
But they are...
Beautiful.
Oh, come on, get over it. They're fluffy. So
Oh, look at this.
listen to them all. They're all going. Look, no one got excited about the piranhas in that way.
I put my hand in. Oh, look at this.
But as you move down to the Amazon, the northern raccoon, which I think only gets down into sort of Central America, in the Amazon it gets replaced by the crab-eater raccoon, which looks pretty similar actually, and it's got shorter hair. And these guys love paddling around, sitting on shoulders as well. They love paddling around in the water and the sort of marshy areas because they'll feed on pretty much anything. These are kind of like the Swiss Army penknife of the mammal world. They will do anything and go anywhere. They're omnivores, they're survivors, and you find them all the way from Canada all the way down to Central America.
Oh,
really
I'm in
fantastic.
love again. I'm in love. Every night I come in on the show, Olivia, I'm in love. I'm going to have a house. I've got like a menagerie. They're beautiful. How old are these?
They're 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Are they related? Are they twins?
And they're brothers.
Oh, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous.
Very sweet.
Right, OK, I'll take
So
2 of these,
beautiful.
please.
I want to introduce you to something over here, which is actually my favourite of the bunch. And actually, the raccoons would probably make quite short work of them. Hang on, let's get it off my head first.